Hello, movie lovers everywhere the world over. It's Bob. And yeah, I know. It's Thursday. It's not Friday, right? It's Thursday. The reason I'm doing this on Thursday, because I'm going away for the long weekend. Yeah, my brother Donnie's coming down picking me up, and I'm heading off to Oshawa. Go drink some beer. Not a lot of beer. I don't drink a lot of beer, but I smoke some dope, and I don't smoke a lot of dope, but I do. And, have a barbecue, I don't know, watch the baseball game, play darts, the regular long weekend stuff. So yeah, I'll be leaving here tomorrow morning. Kelly, my daughter, she lives upstairs. She's gonna water the dog and feed, water the dog and feed the plants. No, that's not right. Anyway, let's talk about the movies I watched this week. Wolf. That's good for you. Puts hair on your toes and everywhere else. Anyway, yeah, let's talk about movies. We'll make it short and sweet. How many did I watch? I don't know. Let's talk about it. The Empty Man. Movie channel, Roger Share. 2021. Horror. It's a horror thing. After teenagers from a small town begin to disappear, everybody thinks it's a local legend, right? Kids are disappearing, they're getting killed and murdered and hung up underneath the, train station pass or something like that. And I thought it was a little boring myself. I wasn't really crazy over it. I wouldn't watch it again, but I watched it just to see what the heck, right? Watch a movie. Yeah, The Empty Man. I gave it a 5 out of 10. Oh hum. Alright. Quantum of Solace. Well, y'all know this one, right? James Bond tries to find out who's behind the Quantum organization. He travels all over the world to find out what's going on. And the thing about this, I'm really proud of myself. This movie is $28 on Amazon here in Canada. So last weekend, I went down to the thrift store and I found this for $1.50. Now, it's not a score. Yeah, well, James Bond, Quantum of Solace. I watched it, nothing wrong with it, perfect. What did I give it? I gave it an 8. James Bond. Shooting, slapping, beating up each other, running over top of buildings, chasing, car chases, machine guns. You friggin' name it, man. It's happening. Yes. Great movie. I love it. And then I watched Garp. This one. This movie here, right here, Garp. What was it, 1982? 1982. Wow, 1982. 40, all right, we'll say 40 years, right? Give or take a dime. 40 years, yes. And this stars, what's her name? Glenn Close? In her first, for her film debut, right? She does a lovely job. This is about a nurse and her son. And as they age, they get bigger. She writes a #1 book and stuff like that, and she's well known. He writes books, but he's not as popular as his mother. Anyway, he gets married, has a couple of kids. His wife is a school teacher. She meets up with this young teenage guy, and they're in the car together. And I'm not going to tell you what else happens because it will spoil it for you, but if you haven't seen Garp, you gotta watch it. An 8, big 8 for Garp. A big 8 for Garp. The Pledge. I watched The Pledge. Here's The Pledge. Some of these movies that I have like this, right? These are copied from VHS 2 DVDs. I had the VHS. I copied it and I gave the VHS away or threw it in the garbage or did something with it because I had no room for VHS movies. No, so I put them on these. Anyway, get back to the point. The Pledge, 2001, Jack Nicholson. There's Jack Nicholson's character. The night he retires, he's retiring. That's it. He's done, right? Anyway, he goes to the bar and he's a surprise party. They're all drinking, boozing it up, having a great time. Then somebody comes in and says, whispering. Jack goes, "What's going on?" "Oh, out in the woods there's a little girl, a little blonde girl in a red dress, and etc. She's dead, and she's all sliced and cut up and all that stuff." So Jack goes, "Well, let me go out." And they say, "Nah, Jack, come on, man, you're retired." Anyway, he goes out and sees what's going on. And next round, now he's retired, but he's still trying to find out who murdered the little girl. And it's a story about that. But you'll have to watch it. Like I said, you have to watch it to kind of like figure out the rest of the movie to see what happens to Jack's character. But it's a very good movie, The Pledge. I've seen it before, of course. Watched it a while ago now. But that gets an 8. 8, right? And then I watched The Secret Bride. The Secret Bride from 1935, starring Barbara Stanwyck. Yes, she and a district attorney. That's her. She got married. They got married, right? But they didn't tell anybody. It's like nobody knows yet. They get married, but have to keep it a secret, right? Because somebody gets murdered, and they're investigating her father, right? And he's the district attorney, her husband, and they can't really tell anybody they're married yet because it might interfere in the investigation. So it goes on like that. But it's a very good story. Very good story. I gave it a 7. High 7. Decent 7. Yeah, you can watch it. If you want to come across The Secret Bride with Barbara Stanwyck, 1935, yeah, watch that one. That's a good one. And then I watched The Wrath of Man on I think it was Netflix, starring, what's his name, Jason Statham. Yeah, Statham. You know what I'm talking about. Wait a minute, I'll clear my throat. Wow. All right. Yeah. Guy gets a job working in, what do you call it, as a guard working on a money truck, where they deliver the money or pick up the money and stuff like that, right? So he goes through the whole detail about, stress and running and do all the, he passes, right? So he's in the front of that truck and they go off and these bad guys are outside, saying, "Hey, get out of the truck," and they got this bazooka pointed at it and all that shit. He steps out of the truck, throws the money out, money out of the back of the truck, I should say, And then when he throws the money out of the back of the truck, the bag, there's the guy standing there, they're all standing there. And he starts shooting everybody. Bang, 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 walks around the truck, bang. He shoots about 6 fuckers, right? Oh, excuse my language. But, yeah, and the other guard's going, everybody's going, "Who the hell is this guy?" Right? Oh, yeah. To me, the story's a little confusing. Confusion sets in for Bob. Now, he doesn't know whether this character that shoots everybody is a good guy, a bad guy. Why is he shooting everybody? And even as the story goes by, right? I'm still confused. Well, although it's a good movie, but I didn't get it. So, I must confess, yeah, I was a little confused on the whole friggin' thing. Like I said, I didn't know whether he was bad, and he sets out to, well, I can't tell you. See, the thing is, I can't tell you anymore because it will spoil a movie for you. I don't really, well, I try my best not to do that. If I tell you anymore, you'll. So, anyway, The Wrath of Man, I gave it a 7, because it's a good action movie, just that it's a little confusing. Get me? And if I watch it again, I might try to figure out what's going on or pay more attention. Yeah, the bitter tea. 1933, The Bitter Tea of General Yen, Y-E-N. Barbara Stanwyck. She's in China. She's a missionary. The bombs are going off. There's explosions. Machine guns are everywhere. Everybody's running around. They're all trying to get away. Houses are blowing up. Airplanes are flying overhead. Kaboom, kaboom. She's in a rickshaw. She's trying to save some kids with her husband and one of the workers, the nuns. They're putting these little kids in these rickshaws. The rickshaws tip over. The guy that's running the rickshaw, he gets up and whacks their husband over the head. And I'm pretty sure it was him. He whacks Barbara Stanwyck over the head. She falls on the ground. Everybody's running around. The next thing you know, you see her on a train. She's waking up and she's going, where am I? And there's General Yen sitting there. So she's on his train going back to his house, his castle, his whatever, right? And then she gets there and she's, saying that she's better and she wants to go back home and stuff. And he's saying, well, you can't really go back home because, it's not safe and stuff. And there's more to it than that, of course. But like I said, tell you any more, I'll spoil it for you. And I don't want to do that. I want you to have your own experience watching The Bitter Tea of General Yen. A 7. Big 7. Barbara Stanwyck. The first time I saw Barbara Stanwyck, very first time in years now, all these movies, but the first time I was at the show, 1965. Yeah, first time, 1965, and I saw an Elvis Presley movie, Rustabout. Remember he's driving the motorcycle? Yeah, and it's a carny. She's there. She stood out. She stole the movie as far as I was concerned. And I was only 14 years old, and Barbara Stan was the best thing, other than Elvis, but she was the best thing about that movie, Rustabout, yeah. And then after all that, right, today where, all these 50 years later or whatever, it's like, yeah, I know a lot about Barbara Stanwyck. I got some of her movies. I don't have them all, but I have a few, and she's pretty good. Double Indemnity, yeah. Sorry, wrong number, yeah. Anyway, give it a 7. All right, and of course, Back from Eternity. Yeah, I watched this one on TCM. It's a remake. A remake of the movie from 1939, I think it was. The original came out in 39. Called Five Came Back, 1939 movie. Five Came Back. Five Came Back is really, really, it's really good. It's a little higher than this one. This one gets a 7 though. It's a very good movie. A crippled plane trying to survive in the South American jungle. The plane's flying overhead. It's raining, thunder, lightning, and all that. Right? And the engines can't go. They just have to land in the jungle, in a clearing spot in the jungle. So they land in the jungle, right? And they're all there, different people. There's a little boy, John Provo, I think his name. He plays, remember the TV show, Lassie? The little blonde kid? He's in it, right? Robert Ryan's the pilot, one of the pilots, right? He plays a good part. Anita Ekberg, she's a passenger. She has a good part. And Rod Steiger, yeah, he's in it. He's in it, one of the detectives trying to take him back to, I don't know where he's taking them back to, I forget. But he's taking Rod Steiger back, right, to go to jail, get prison, get the electric chair, or whatever. But they all end up on this jungle. And when they do fix the plane, this is maybe a little bit of spoiler here, but when they do fix the plane, the weight, right, one of the engines is not very good, it might not hold up, so they throw everything out of the plane, right? As far as I know, whatever everything is, throw it out to make the plane lighter, right? They also mentioned the fact that out of 7 or 8 people, I don't think it was at least that many, that they all can't go back. The plane can't carry 7 or 8 people. So that means somebody has to be left behind. Yeah. So, but anyway, there you go. That's what I watched this week. And that's the reason why I'm here today, Thursday. Having a drink with you. Hello, Ian from Wales. It's Thursday. Yeah, I'm getting picked up tomorrow. My brother's coming down. Yeah, picking me up in the morning. There you go. I didn't do any shopping this week. I figure I'm not going to be home for 4 or 5 days, right? I mean, I haven't got enough stuff to eat here and all that, right? I decided to go to the store and get a 2-liter bottle of Zero Coke to put with my Jack. But okay, so I won't be seeing anybody or talking to anybody over the weekend. I probably won't be making another video. If I do, it probably won't be till, I don't know, Tuesday, Wednesday, anyway. But I'll be back. I'll probably coming back Monday or Tuesday. I don't even know that yet. But anyway, enjoy the long weekend. Hug your mother and keep watching those movies.